Hey Spuddies, Potato Big Whiskey here, and welcome to Master of Magic. This is actually a remake, a remaster, a rebuild of an old classic game that a lot of people who are friends of the channel will probably remember a few live streams I've done of it. And this is going to be a brutal playthrough, because not only am I going to be playing the game at a high difficulty, I'm also going to be extremely critical of the game. I have a lot of things I really hate about this. However, it is still a good remake. It does the job pretty okay, but man, there's just so many things I can talk about that I don't like about it. Let's go ahead and start a new game. Let's play on hard. We'll just jump in on one of these recommended hard settings. Some of the things I really like about the changes that they've made here is they've added a whole bunch of new mechanics to the game. Now, when they originally released the game, part of the reason I didn't cover it is because they didn't actually do anything new with it, but I actually like the fact that they've been doing new things. I'm just gonna go ahead and scroll and let's play 9-7 here. I think 9-7 is a cool one because this is actually going to show off some of the new mechanics that they've implemented to the game. Now, this is kind of a first impression for me as well because I haven't actually played the game in a while, so I'm hoping they fixed some of the things I had problems with, and we're going to find that out by beginning into the game. So we're going to start off with Chaos and Sorcery. If you are familiar with games like Age of Wonders, it's a very similar spellbook system. We also have Tech Master. We get a little bit more research. We get access to the Drona Scout unit as well as a little bit of tech magic. We also have Alchemy, which allows us to exchange gold to mana at a 1-to-1 ratio instead of losing half. Basically, our gold and mana are interchangeable, which is one of the more powerful abilities in the entire game. In terms of chaos spells, I'm a really big fan of Hellhounds. Fire Elementals are also really good. Let's take Hellhounds and Firebolt. It's always good to have a direct damage spell. So we have a summon and a direct damage spell. Then we'll take Guardian Wind to make us immune from arrows and bullets, and Wandering Island as a nice utility spell which will allow us to transport units over the land and the seas if we need. So we have a couple of interesting choices here. I think we'll go with the Soul Trap. So one of the things I really like about the sort of new mechanics and stuff that they've put in, because the Clackons have always been here. A lot of these races have always been here, right? You've got the Clackons, you've got the Lizardmen, you've got the Orcs, you've got the Nomads, the Hymen, the Halflings, the Barbarians, the Gnolls. But these Soul Tapped are new. And I believe the Goblins might be a new race. And this is really cool. I like this, that they've been happy to add races, new mechanics, new ideas to the old classic Master of Magic gameplay. The Soul Trapped, they grow very slowly. Can't build merchant guilds, war college, oracle, animus guilds, or shipyards. We get +4 to armor, -1 to resistance, so very strong against physical attacks, weak against magic. Our units are twice as expensive. They do get extra population growth from minerals, and they have a bunch of unique units. Let's go ahead and play these guys. All right, this is going to be where I talk about one of my biggest issues with the game, and a lot of it is UI and graphics. I'm going to be honest with you, I hate the graphics. I really don't like the way these golden pillars come out. I don't like the way the zoom feels. It's like I have scrolled, I'm done scrolling. I'm no longer touching my mouse. Like I scroll this much in a split second. Like my hand is in the air. Like, listen, hear that noise? It's like, let me see if I can actually make it happen, right? So my mouse is over here and that was all I did. I did one scroll, right? And it's a lot of really basic like UI kind of stuff. I really hate, like, look at the way the city banner moves as I zoom in and out. Keep it in the same position. I don't want it to come up like this. One of my least favorite things that games do in strategy games is as I zoom in and out, I don't want my camera to go higher. I want my camera to go backwards. When I zoom out, I don't want my camera to go like up into the air. I want things to stay roughly in their relative position. Like if this thing is central on my screen and I hold my mouse on it and I zoom out, I want it to stay under my mouse. There's all these kind of like little basic things that they just don't do that kind of bother me. I don't like the way the graphics play with the hills. I don't like the way the resources look. It looks like somebody dumped like honey on these hills. You still have to use like the surveyor mode. This is gold ore. We've got forest here. Different types of terrain produce different things. The more food a city has, the faster it grows. Each tile has a certain amount of food it produces. Like swamps are slower, like weaker food-wise. Hills don't produce much food, but they do give you a little bit of production. Same with forests, yada, 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 yada. We start off with Soul Trapped Sword Bots and the Drona Scout, which is the tech magic realm. So this thing has some pretty cool stuff here. Tech magic ranged attack. And I really enjoy the fact that they've like been faithful to a lot of the original parts of the game. Let's have a look at our research. What do we got here? Ooh, Dispel Magic is quite powerful. It's a more powerful version of this Dispel Magic. Warp Wood is also very good because it basically obliterates ranged units, but I already have a way to kind of deal with that. But I think we'll take Warp Wood because it's a very powerful spell. And now we need to decide what we're going to build in Chiseltown. We have a few directions that we can go here. We can go for settlers, or we can go for sword bots. We could go for soul trapped spear bots. And you want to see the key difference between the spear bots and the sword bots is their melee damage. These guys will attack 3 times. These guys attack once, but there's 8 of them. So these guys can actually take more damage initially and get really powerful when they level up. So I think we're going to spam spear bots, because for every 1 sword bot I can get 2 spear bots, and that seems like a good move. Alternatively, I could build a granary, and the granary would be excellent for me to get because it would give me food and population, but I suppose this race does have really low growth, so getting an early granary could be useful, particularly if I manage to use my gold to pump it. And having a granary is like having an extra farmer, so I can have more people working, which means I will build these soul trapped spear bots a little bit quicker. Yeah, I think the long-term return on investment from a granary is really good, particularly because I can actually spend a little bit of my early game using my drone as scout here to figure out what's in these ancient ruins. So it looks like we've got some ghouls here. Ghouls are quite powerful. They have a 40% chance to hit. They have magical attacks, so they're able to hit creatures that have weapon immunity. This is a domain of death. It's also a fantastic unit. It's got 12 hit points, 4 figures times 3 is 12, and it's got a 30% chance to shrug off melee damage or non-magical damage. So it could be a pretty hard thing to kill. I do think if we got 3 spearmen, like 2 spearmen and a sword bot on it, I think we could take it out pretty quick. We're not going to engage with our drone and scout. Our drone and scout is not designed for that. We just want to get an idea of what these okay, so bears are really hard. Okay. We are not going to be able to take out these bears, in particular because we're going to need like range. You can't fight bears in melee, not early game. You need something either really powerful ranged or, you know, because it's got the nature node. Ugh, okay, we're not going to be able to do anything about these bears. I'm going to keep my sword bots in the town to defend because I'm always terrified of moving out. Looks like we've got a deficit of food, so I'm going to add a farmer in here, which sucks because ideally that's going to slow down our granary, but that just justifies the granary all the more, honestly. Okay, so we didn't have very good luck here, but let's go explore some of these other things. I really don't like the way coastline looks in this game. It's something that the developers, they put a lot of work and effort into the system, and it looks really cool. The problem is it is not functionally useful as a hexagon. This is a land tile, okay? I hover on this. This is a grassland tile. This does not look like a grassland tile. This looks like a water tile. These are all grassland. Like, and these are like the chief complaints that I have with this. It creates like really nice looking terrain from a certain perspective. Like the shape is really nice, but like the textures and stuff are just, ugh, I just don't like them. Sprites are not so hard to kill, although they are annoying because they technically have a magical range attack, which is not going to suffer penalties from range. So you need fast units to get on top of them before they can kill you. So you're almost guaranteed to lose a unit against sprites, which feels bad. I also kind of hate the shape of the city's borders is 2 tiles hex and you can't overlap them. In Master of Magic, the original, you could like corner overlap cities and they would be fine with that. But in this game, there's just like, nope, 0 overlap, no overlapping at all, ever, which creates frustrations. A single bear is much easier to deal with, especially because it's not boosted with the nature node. They do have pretty good armor, but they only have 14 attack. So statistically, a few sword bots and a couple spear bots should be able to deal with them. Okay, we cannot deal with this for a very long time. These demons, I mean, they are a single figure, but they do 14 down, like 14 attacks. And they got all this immunity and blah, blah, blah. Okay, we're not going anywhere near that. Okay, I can get given a magic spirit, but I'm going to go ahead and take the 20 gold because I already have a scout unit. And you could argue that it maybe it'd be good to get more scout units, and it would be. Have a look, we can go deeper. Continue exploring. Okay, yeah, okay. We got a free little chunk of gold. Let's just let sleeping dogs lie. I can now purchase the granary to get it done. And I'm going to add 2 soul trapped spear bots to my queue. Our goal is to try to collect as many resources as possible to build up our capital. These are very, very scary astral units. We've got a Phantom Beast, 18 attack on a single figure. He doesn't have any armor though, but I think he has weapon immunity. Yeah, wind walking. Yeah, and then we also got a Djinn, which is a ranged magical user. Okay, these units are all terrifying and difficult to deal with. We're gonna have to throw a lot of valuable units at them to try and take them on. This city over here shouldn't be so hard to take though. It's only halflings. Then again, halflings can be really difficult. So with the granary, we're now producing more food, which means we can put another worker onto the worker tile. In fact, I can go full 3 workers on this because we're theoretically surplus food. Okay, is this place guarded? Okay, skeletons should be way easier for us to deal with. And I think this will honestly be the first thing we deal with because these are 6 figures. These are basically like swordsmen that have missile immunity. The only thing is they do have naturally enchanted weapons, which makes them a little bit tougher. Now, I haven't even fecked around with my magic at all here. And I think the thing to do here is I'm going to get rid of casting skill and research. I'm going to go all the way into mana because having spare mana to pump into my battles would be useful. Pair of fire elementals, these can be difficult to deal with because when you attack a unit in melee, it counterattacks. And so units with a lot of health and a lot of attacks are dangerous because they just get to counterattack you a bunch as you try to kill them, meaning they get to effectively do a lot more damage, which is why ranged can be so powerful. Yeah, a lot of these units can dish out a lot more damage than you would expect. Okay, sprites and bears, that'll be tough. I am seeing a lot of nature nodes around though, that should make things interesting. See this red beam? This is bad news. This is going to be really, really awful, whatever's in there. We did get another spearman. Unrest is low enough to where I might be able to raise taxes without getting another rebel. Unrest is at 35%, making 4 gold. It's fine. Trying to remember what I was going to try to take on here. I think the single ghoul might be the easiest thing for me to kill. I do want to super overwhelm him though. So I'm going to build myself another soul trapped spear bot. All right, what's in here? It's going to be super dangerous. Okay. Yep. We got zombies and ghouls. We will try to deal with that later. We also looks like we found the Death Gate. Now, this is the Tower of Synergy Wizardry. Monster Lair, Sorcery Node. I think our main goal will be to take the Sacred Veil. Our town did grow in population and we now have a rebel, so we're going to lower tax until we have no rebels. You never want to have rebels. This is not good. I'm going to spend 14 gold to get this Soul Trapped Spearbot done faster. It's not exactly advisable, but I don't care. Okay, this sprite should be easy for us to take on. I mean, even this guy has a small chance of winning, but I would rather bring some fodder with me. I want to have a look at what's in the Sacred Veil. A single halfling spearman, that should actually be doable for me right now. Let's take the troops and move. We do need to be careful because we just removed the garrison, which means the unrest rate will change here, so we'll have to lower taxes again. Taxes are kind of an archaic, ancient 4X game mechanic that's still present in the remake of Master Magic at least. Let's take Sacred Veil. We'll command this one personally just to be able to show off how the battle mechanics work, which are all pretty faithful, but is another area of like, oh, I hate this game. I just think this whole zoom thing is still extremely ew. I think the textures and graphics of the ground is ugh. Like, I have a super good computer and I have like, I'm pretty sure I have maximum graphics or whatever, and it still looks kind of awful. Here's the thing that really bothers me about this game company, and they made Thea, which is one of my favorite 4X games ever. Their 2D art, immaculate, amazing, beautiful, perfect, 0 issues. Their 3D art, dog shit. I'm sorry guys, listen, I love you, I love your games. Let's put a 14 damage fireball down mid on these guys. Okay, it looks like we completely missed, they just resisted it. Great. See, and I don't even know like what happened there. I'm just like, huh? Yeah, we did 0 damage. I pumped all of the available mana and casting skill that I have into a spell and nothing happened. And I'm like, all right, that's what old games were like, dude. That's just how stuff went down. Let's prepare ourselves for their attack. Okay, they moved in. Let's attack with the swordsman first. Boom. Big damage. This is very confusing. Our soul trapped swords attacked for 11 damage. They received 6 of that damage because they resisted some of it. They attacked us back for 3 damage and we lost 1 figure because we resisted some of their damage. There's a whole bunch of like things we could talk about how the math works. Our spearman did no damage and then it did damage. So we could raise this. I think the right thing to do is to conquer it. Getting a city this early is actually a huge advantage in Master Magic. Halfling are quite powerful, particularly for settling forested areas, which my race is not very good at. I reckon it's pretty important to have a couple garrisons to lower unrest. It does use up some food, but again, it lowers unrest. Also, I think halfling farmers are just better and their units are a little bit cheaper. So it's good that we did this, right? We conquered a city. Okay, we found 2 bears. Okay, but 2 bears isn't so bad. We can kind of start to approach 2 bears. An important thing here is also our units are leveling up. These soul trapped sword bots, they're up to 17 experience. When they level up, they will get more powerful. We'll talk a little bit more about unit power levels. Units actually get really powerful from leveling up in this game, which is something I really love. It's one of the things I love about Master Magic. Like, keeping your units alive is very, very rewarded. However, keeping your units alive is very, very difficult. Okay, there is a single war bear there, which I think we can take on. Let's see how the auto-resolver feels about this. Okay, it's thinking we're going to take some casualties. I'm not going to engage it just yet. I'm going to wait until I have another spear. I don't want to lower tax anymore, so I'm just going to leave it at 30%. 30% is a reasonable number. All right, we're in position to attack this next turn. Let's see what we can do. Unicorns, we got some guardian spirits. This should actually be a fairly easy battle. I mean, the guardian spirits don't do a whole lot of damage. Unicorns are fucking terrifying because it's a 4-figure 5-attack unit, which is insane with 6 health, with resistance to a whole bunch of stuff. Natural attack. It's also teleporting. It doesn't move. It teleports. Teleporting unicorns. A staple of the Master of Magic genre. So how good is this thing at fighting is my question. It's got 1 figure, 2 health, 30 damage ranged attack, which is basically tech mad, so it's basically magic. So it's actually a pretty decent support unit against melee. It's got 2 ammo. It's not great, but it is flying. So it might help against the bears. How do you feel about this now? Okay, it's giving me a 60% chance of a small losses or negligible losses. Here's something I really hate about this game, okay? I'm just be like, yeah, auto resolve, okay? And if I don't like this result, I want a button here that says, nah, Didn't like that result. I want to fight this battle manually because I know I could do better, okay? Give me that button. This outcome was fine and I'm okay with this, but sometimes you'll just be like, yeah, I think I can win this battle easily. And you will have miscalculated something and your whole army gets wiped out because you didn't realize you were attacking a certain thing, right? Also, this screen could be like way better improved. Do all of these units need to be individually listed as how much experience they got? But the cool thing is, this soul-trapped sword bot has actually leveled up. The unit's level will tell you what it does here. So it gets +1 to the attack and +1 to its resistance. Now you might say, +1 to the attack, that's not a big deal. But we gotta talk about the maths of how that works. This unit has 6 figures with 3 swords. That means you take 6 times 3. It has a maximum damage of 18 and a minimum damage of 0. That is a huge amount of damage. We're actually getting +6, so now our maximum damage is 24. But our average damage is this percentage. So you multiply by 0.4. So the average damage of this unit is now 9.6 instead of being 7.2. So it's on average, we're doing 2 more damage. Now you might be thinking there, okay, that doesn't seem so big. When you have a unit like a spearman and you can get it heavily leveled up to where it starts, this is 8 figures. It goes from doing a maximum of 8 damage to a maximum of 16, 24 damage. For one of the cheapest units in the game, if you can keep it alive, if you can keep it around, particularly because we have such high armor on this thing, it's actually really hard to kill these spearmen. The soul trapped spearmen are crazy. Mathematically, the longer you can keep your units alive, the more insane they can do. And that is one of the things I fucking love about this game. And yet, okay, I think we could take on this monster lair actually. We are weak to sprites, but we might be able to charge them down fast enough. So in Chiseltown, we need to get a garrison in here before the next growth because we're going to start getting rebels with 10%. So let's keep making soul-trapped spear bots. We want to get unrest down a little bit and use up this food efficiently. We need to start generating more money so we can buy out useful things. I'm going to store my army in Sacred Vale, the conquered city, because it'll lower the unrest, meaning it'll build that unit a little bit more efficiently. So yeah, if I go to Chiseltown, you can see here we've got a rebel. That rebel just generates nothing but half a point of production, I think, because I'm the soul trapped. And so if we step into Sacred Vale, the presence of our units here will lower the unrest. And I think units heal faster inside here too. And this will allow us to build a halfling spearman that we need to garrison this city. Garrisons are an important thing in this game. They're mechanically, they make your cities better because they lower the unrest, and defensively, they just protect you from invasions, right? Let's buy a couple spearmen to defend this city, and then we'll walk these 4 units over to here. I'm a big fan of early game spearman spam. It lets you clear out the map, gather some resources, you level up a little bit, you're better defended against roaming armies. Okay, I'm not producing enough food in my cities. Let's deal with that issue. That is the one downside of the spearman heavy early game, is food is a little bit of an issue. Oh my god, giant spiders, war bears, and sprites. This is like the nightmare blunt rotation. We have met another player though. Nice to meet you, Freya. She's restless, she's chaotic. I would like to discuss a trade treaty. Nope. She does not want a trade treaty. She is probably going to declare war on us very soon. That is how the AI does things in Master Magic on high difficulties, as far as I remember. So in that previous battle, taking losses was unlikely. In this next battle, because we're coming up against a magical ranged unit, taking losses is expected, unfortunately. I mean, these things, they look cute, right? And you would think they look cute, but these things do 12 damage maximum with a 40% chance to hit with no downside because it's a magical, and they also fly. They also fly, and they have so much ammo. Should I even fight these things? You know what? I'm not even gonna. I'd rather fight warbears or ghouls. Let's just see what the auto-resolver says. I'm gonna send my familiar. Oh, well, we did okay. We did use mana. Some of the guys leveled up, which is perfect. And again, I really want to emphasize, when your spearmen level up, it's so good. A high tier leveled unit is nice, but like low tier units that are leveled up become godlike relative to their starting position. Like these guys now, because they got a single level up, they do double damage. Like they just do twice as much damage on average because they have a 40%. Each of these swords rolls a dice, like a d10, and then every time you successfully hit an enemy, they roll their armor dice to counter it. So like these 8 figures, they roll 2 d10s each, and everything, 7 and above is a hit, and then, yeah, it's just, you do a lot of damage. Basically. We need to be careful. We have found another player though. We found Rajak. Rajak is evil. How would you like a trade treaty? Nope. We need to get outside of his borders or he'll be mad. I think they give you like 1 turn of leeway, but they get super mad real fast. Okay, unrest is now down to a manageable level. Can I increase taxes? The problem is if I increase taxes here, it increases it over here too. So there's like a limited carrying capacity that my empire can have for taxes. This city is generating 6 revenue per turn. I think it would be good now to move maybe into a marketplace because that will also lead lead to the farmers market, which will allow us to get more food and increase the population growth in this city. And that is important. We need to grow this capital. So I'm going to get started on a market in here. We have a pair of soul-trapped spear bots guarding. I'm feeling pretty safe. Sacred Vale. I'd like to get the granary in here, so I'm going to get started on the builder's hall. Marketplace. It cost me a bit of cash. It's okay. A lot of single bears being found out here. All the single bears. All the single bears. I do wish like the economic side of things was a little bit better explained. But yeah, it'll take us a while to build these builder hall and this market. Okay, yeah. Rajak literally just declared war on me. Now, I don't think he can get to me yet, but we need to be careful. So we're likely to take some casualties here. I'm going to wait a few turns because if I wait a few turns, this guy will level up. And in fact, I may even bring in these extra 2 spearmen into that fight to make my life easier. Oh, we found another player. This is kind of what like, let us trade. Would you like a trade treaty? Nope, he hates me. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, oh wow, your three enemies are over here. That's not so bad. There is an enemy on this map alone, expanding, unperturbed by anyone. 3 of them are over here who are all going to hate me and want to fight me. One of them is in here building a giga economy that will then pour out of the portals. Fun, fun, fun. Did I mention it's not fun? Did I mention it's awful? It's horrifying. Welcome to Master of Magic. Okay, now with the overwhelming force that we have, it's saying I'll take heavy losses, but I reckon I'll command this from this personally. I think I can take on 1 unit of ghouls, right? Look at this overwhelming army I have. It's 1 unit of ghouls. Come on, man. How bad could it be? It's a single unit of ghouls, right? Can't be that bad. Look, I'll even, you know what? I'll firebolt them. I'll even do a little firebolt. Boom, look at that. He took some damage. Look, yeah, 1 firebolt. He received 1 damage. Boom, all right, that's got us started. That's 1 out of the 12 health I have to kill. That's fine. Well, they move quick. Let's hold this position in the hills and let's pump all of the firebolt we have, right? Let's just do a little cast here. Go pump up to 9 damage, confirm. All right, nice. We did another damage. Let's get the Gigas around. First attack, boom. Oh, look at that. His counterattack was better than my attack. Welcome to Master of Magic. We did kill 2 of his figures, so now he only does half damage. Not that that matters because he does so much. Oh, our counterattacks are good though. These are some good counterattacks. I would call these minor losses, right? As long as a full unit doesn't die, you can always heal it. Minor losses. What do we get out of this? Nothing. We got experience. Cool. Sometimes you get a lot of stuff out of these. We're getting a little unlucky. That's fine. We are getting experience. That's the main thing. These soul trapped sword bots and stuff, they are leveling up. Oh my goodness. Rajak is super mad. All right, let's park 2 guys in here. Chiseltown. We're waiting for the gold to grab the marketplace in here. I may increase my tax rate to try and get closer to that, even if it means rebels in the Sacred Vale. Can I pump it up 1 more? No, I don't think that's good. It's fine. We do have this market down. I actually think it might be really good for us to grow just food in here and not worry about production, and then use that food to work more production in the capital. I think that's a reasonable thing to do, and then to pump all the gold into the marketplace because that will get us an extra revenue. The extra revenue will lead to, you know, better things down the road. I think there's something to be said there. Phantom Beast, Djinn. Skeletons aren't so bad. You know what? I reckon with these extra spearmen we could take on those skeletons. War bears, unicorns, no, hell no. All right, great. I guess we're chilling. Right, get into the city, guys. So we can almost go to max tax in our capital without any unrest. That does mean half of the halfling population is rebelling. It does get us a lot of gold. Oh, nice. Phantom beasts. Love those. Love the phantom beasts. Yeah, we're just going to chill with this army for a little while until we get this farmer's market, and then we can maybe expand our military again. Ooh, hellhounds. Hellhounds aren't so bad, but they are scary. This should get cheaper soon to upgrade. Ooh, one thing we can do is actually transmute this mana to gold, which will allow us to buy that farmer's market soon. I'm going to do that next turn, though. I'm going to buy that next turn. That transmutability is so clutch. Gets your economy off the ground. Oh, I really want to hire Abdul the Dervish. God, he would make such a difference, actually. He's very vulnerable to being killed. Because like if a strong enough attack hits him, but the fact that he does 4 range damage, he's already enchanted. His level up potential is good. I'm going to hire him. I don't care. I think it's worth it. Oh my God, fire giants? No. Okay, listen, we don't even want to talk about what fire giants do. This is not a game where you're like, oh yeah, I could take these guys on. No, absolutely not. Under no circumstances do you go into that kind of a battle. Now do I feel like I could take something a little bit stronger on? I reckon I could take on a single warbear. 2 warbears. That's too many. Oh, the sprites over here shouldn't be so bad. Now the only thing is about sprites is they have a really good chance of killing your heroes. Just a roll of the dice. It can end up real bad for you. So if this says 55% here, if I walk all these guys out, it still says 55%. 2 people are rebelling, still says 55%. Okay, I guess the unrest thing is just like a little bit broken, but basically every unit lowers unrest slightly is how it works. And it really is just such a shame because if this was a 2D game and like they had just gone with the 2D graphics, that they're extremely good at doing these amazing 2D graphics. I don't know. Oh my God, these guys are lucky and they have enchanted weapons. I need to make me some halfling slingers. If you're not aware, the halfling slinger, because of its its lucky trait is quite arguably the most powerful physical ranged unit in the entire game. It has a couple of unique abilities. Normally bowmen, they come in size 6, so 6 times your ranged attack. Halfling slingers come in size 8. They also have the lucky trait, meaning instead of having a 30% chance to hit, they have a 40% chance to hit. So 8 figures with a 40% chance to hit is a lot more than 6 figures with 30% chance to hit. Add to the fact that I have enchanted weapons as well. If I can get to slingers, I think I can actually just win this game. And you might be sitting there like, what do you mean, Potato? Get to them. You're under no threat. In the fog of war, looming not too far from me are horrendous threats that are going to raise up and be ready to kill me. What is that? Gorgons? Fucking Christ. One of the things I love about this game, at no point do I ever explore a monster location in this game and I'm like, oh, that's not so bad. Every time I open up, like, what monsters are here? I'm like, oh, sweet unholy Christ. What is that thing? Okay, like, this I'm like, okay, that's starting to get manageable, whatever this is, for the army and the power level that I'm at. Even so, what is this? Ooh, gems. We also have to go to the other plane of existence in order to get certain resources, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And when I say fun, I mean, good God, everything about this game was designed to make you suffer. I'm going to command this personally because I'm terrified that my hero will die. Okay, he's attacking my soul-trapped sword spots, which is great. I'm going to dump a mad fireball here. I'm just going to dump everything on them. We did exactly 1 damage. Well, that did kill 25% of their DPS, so let's just get up there, bro. If you're wondering, like, why do I just charge at the enemy with all of my units? Because your units can't do anything else. They don't do anything else, okay? That is what your units do. Your units run at the enemy and they attack. I need to get close to increase my chance of hitting. I don't think my hero's a spellcaster yet. Let me have a look at him. No, I think he's just like, he's good at ranged and he's good at melee. 20% chance to hit, 20% chance, 30% chance. But boom. Even then, didn't do anything to them. They will run out of ammo soon, at least. Oh, they're really hurting that swords guy. Step, shoot. Good, we got another kill. Even 1 damage against these sprites is huge, by the way. Look at this thing. It's almost killed, like this one sprite creature has almost killed my soul-trapped swordsman. Right, he went into melee. That's good. I can't actually melee attack, so I have to step away and then shoot. And we got him. Nailed him. Perfect. So we got 40 gold. We lost 20 mana, so I'd call that a positive outcome. We also got some experience on our units. Looking forward to my hero leveling up. Leveling up heroes is really, really powerful. They're some of the most cool and powerful units in the entire game. But they are hard to come by. Once you get to about halfway done constructing something, the gold cost for upgrading gets really cheap. So we're going to buy that marketplace, which will accelerate our gold income. And then we want to build a farmer's market. Food is a very important piece of economy in this game. We're up to 29 gold per turn, which feels amazing. And I'll slowly build that farmer's market. I'll lower tax a little so I can farm more in Sacred Vale, which means I can build more in here, shaving a few turns off that farmer's market. Constantly shuffle, oh Jesus, unicorns. Constantly shuffling around your tax is something you should be doing in this game to optimize. In particular, I'm optimizing growth for just my capital. If I was optimizing growth for every city, that would be a different story. And the reason I want to grow my capital is because I need 1 city. I just need 1 city that's good to stay alive. You know what? Let's explore the Tower of Synergy. Let's have a peek in there. We'll just take a peek. Ooh, a magic axe. +1 melee attack bonus. The problem is I don't think my guy's a very good melee attacker. It's not really his thing. He can equip a melee or ranged weapon, armor, and a miscellaneous item. He's a noble. Oh, he actually gives me money per turn. That's big. Leveling him up is important. Yeah, I think he's just a generalist hero. He's a mercenary who gives away his money, which I would say is not a very effective mercenary. However, I really do love this noble because he's actually paying himself off. I'm loving this gold. All right, the Tower of Synergy. We've got an air elemental. We've got Nagas. Now you might say, wow, Nagas, they're not so bad. 2 health, 6 hits, and 4 attack. Wow, that's not so bad. Poison 4, first strike. Poison 4, first strike. These are horrifying units, okay? Shoot them from range. I need those halfling slingers. Okay, coming into Chiseltown, I could pay 252 to get the farmer's market this turn. This would get me 3 food and an extra 30 pop per turn and increase the max population by quite a bit, so I am going to buy that. I think I am going to queue up another soul-trapped settler here. Maybe I should get more spears. I know, we'll make that call next turn. We need to start producing a stronger military soon as well. It's like pretty key. I do kind of want to build a soul cannon and a yeet and a soulless. Ooh, okay, this thing just spawned a marauding army. This is why you need garrisons, okay? See these marauding armies? This thing could easily take a garrison in one of my cities. Now, this thing says we can win this no problem. I'm gonna command this personally, okay? And my basic strategy here is to hurl 2 fireballs and use the ranged of my hero. It's a small chance of doing damage, but it's fine. All right, little fireball for you. There you go, 1 damage. 1 damage is big, by the way, because it kills a figure, which lowers their damage. To form a cohesive front line against the Phantom Swordsman threat. 20% chance. Okay, we got a kill. Nailed him. Next fireball. Let's max damage that fireball. Boom, on you. Nice, 1 damage. We'll take it. You might be saying, well, Potato, you're pumping a lot of mana into those single fireballs. And I'm like, you bet your ass I am. Oh, look at that damage. That's beautiful. Oh, dude, we rolled big. We rolled big. And we rolled big again. Nice. So these battles aren't as scary anymore because we have started to level up our units. We now have a ranged unit that can do damage, like a little bit of damage on the way, which means by the time they get to us, they're a little bit softened up. I want to remember how Gorgons fight. The zombies and ghouls are a little bit manageable now for me, I think. The farmer's market is complete. One of the things I love about the game is this screen, but for some reason they don't make this default. We have the granary that's giving us +2 food, extra maximum population, and population growth. We have the marketplace that's doing the same. Sorry, the marketplace that's increasing tax, and then we have the farmer's market that's increasing the growth and max pop. So all very nice things. It's a question of where do we go next? We could get the armory if we want to build some soul-trapped halberdiers. I think we're going to grab ourselves maybe a couple more units to garrison the city and see where that gets us. Spearmen are a great garrison unit in my opinion. I'm going to bring the scout into the main army here because it actually has a pretty decent ranged attack that can support just a little bit. I also think once I'm finished these guys, I need to get a library because I have 0 research happening now. So we're going to go for the library after we have a better garrison. All right, let's take on this. Got a couple ghouls. The zombies are hard to deal with just because there's a lot of them. The other thing is they're pretty easy to hurt because they got low defense, but we're going to need, they just got a lot of health. So we're going to have to focus our ranged attacks on those. And then we also have to deal with the ghouls. This is a battle where we could take some losses. We shouldn't take too many losses, but we could take some. Okay, the nice thing about these Drona scouts is their attack is magical, so they can do damage from range, and getting that 1 damage in is nice. Okay, we're going to play it safe. We're going to focus fire on the zombies because that thing has a lot of health. All right, you've got 1 more shot in you, so shoot it. No damage. You shoot. Unfortunately, we are rolling poorly here. 0 damage on our attacks. This is pretty normal for Master of Magic, actually, for the early game. All right, let's see if a Giga Fireball can save us here. Got 11 damage potential on the ghouls. Come on. All right, nice. We'll take 2 damage. Give me a good hit. Good hit, good hit, good hit. Give me a good hit, good hit. Okay, we got him down to half strength, which means he can't do as much damage. Let's try to soften up the zombie. Oof. Okay, he did a serious counterattack there. But we have taken out most of their figures, so they can't do as much damage as they used to be able to. They still can attack twice, but we do get counterattacks. All right, let's see how they do. Oh, my poor little spearman died. That's okay. Let's hit him with the healthy spear. Hit him twice. All right, hit him with the sword. Very nice. Perfect. So we lost a spearman for killing 2 units. A decent amount of experience. My dervish leveled up. That's big. That's 10 gold per turn. The dervish is honestly carrying us gold-wise. But he is now a myrmidon, so he gets +1 to all of his stats, which is basically a 25% improvement in his melee attack, his ranged attack, his armor, quite a bit better health and resistance. So he is actually a lot stronger statistically. And the longer we can keep him alive, the more money he will generate us, and statistically, the more powerful he will become. All right, I'm going to spend money on the builder's hall because I do want to build this place up with a granary. Population growth is really, really valuable. Let's get that granary in there. Right, how does Chiseltown feel now? It's got no rebels, which is exactly where we want it to be. We are going to instant buy the granary because that will free up food for our economy to work more worker jobs, particularly in the capital, honestly, which is the big thing. And I think maybe we should get a settler now instead of the library. There are some fairly safe settlements to the north, in particular, where we can pick up this gold and that'll generate us a good bit of cash. Maximum population of 15 here with a 32% production bonus. It's one of the better cities in the area. Here's a 14 and a 23. So I think I'll take the 1532 on that hill. Plus, I'm settling to the north, which is away from my enemies. I'd like to get a second halfling city too, as well. Maybe centered around some forests. But the problem is there's also Mithril here. We're playing it safe. Settlers are a huge investment that you need to be careful about. Oh hey, the Soul-Trapped Swordsman reached veteran level, which doesn't actually do much over the other type. It just really gives them an extra resistance and an extra shield, I believe. But the next level, I think, gives them health and is quite powerful. Okay, they would like to trade. He's neutral to me, which is good because purple is at war with me, but purple can't get to me right now because we're not in the same continent. So purely just by the grace of that, I have been saved from any warfare. Right, okay, we have a little bit of a rebellion in here. Is it worth building more stuff? I want to build the armory, but that requires the war college, and the Fighters Guild requires the it requires the barracks. We want the farmers market, we also want the foresters guild, and we want the animist. Ooh, wait, I don't remember if halflings can build the animist guild. They might not be able to. Regardless, halfling bowmen are still pretty good, but we want those slingers. That's their special unit. So I think I'm going to start pumping gold in that direction. It's often good, even if your production in a city is really bad, rather than purchasing it on the first turn, you queue it up, wait a turn, because if there's 0 production, you pay 4 times the remaining production. If there's a tiny bit of production, I think you pay twice. So we actually save a little bit of money if we build a building every 2 turns rather than every turn. And since we don't have a huge economy, I think that's pretty worthwhile doing. So now if I pop in here, it's only going to cost me 81 gold, right? So there's a way that it works. I think it's like at 0, you pay 4 times. From 0 to like the first third, you pay 3 times. And then up to the final third, you pay twice, and then you pay equal. So there's like a mathematically optimal way to do it, which is kind of like the way we're doing it right now. So with the barracks finished, we will want to go into the armory, but that also requires the smithy. So I'm just going to park my army around my capital because there's not really much fighting I can do. There's no safe fights I can take, basically. So we have the smithy here. We can do a similar sort of chain purchase into the smithy, and then we'll just queue up something that we don't actually want to build, like the library, and we will wait and we'll swap the library, because this game has a really fun old mechanic that 4X games don't do anymore, which is that you can transmit production from one building to another. This armory now has that library production, which is really nice. But yeah, I think it's time to start adding swords bots over the spear bots. So I'll probably add 2 extra sword bots now that I have the production line and the economy to support that. He wants to get mana. Okay, I have a little bit of mana I can give away. I could also give you hellhounds in exchange for what? Dispel Magic True is pretty good. He's relaxed. How do you feel about a trade treaty? Damn it. Okay, I would love to get a trade treaty. It really actually helps if you can get one. Okay, we've chilled for a few turns and we got our settler out. Let's grab him and conjoin him and escort him to his new home. I've lost too many settlers to random wandering armies to send them unguarded. 200 gold for the shield. It's nice, but 200 gold gets me way closer to slingers, so that's what I'm going to do instead. So we can now recruit slingers, and those slingers will seriously round out my army. Like, I don't even know how to explain how good they are at rounding out an army. War College is finished. Let's start making those slingers, and we're now going to optimize for this city's production, which means we need to optimize for this city's not production. We also need to get rid of a rebel here, so we're going to get a halfling spearman before we get the slinger, because we need that extra little bit of production from that rebel. All right, we're going to build an outpost. The better the food is in the place where you settle the outpost, the faster it will grow. And we'll spend a little bit of time building some garrison units. I think 3 soul-trapped spearbots per city is like a decent garrison now. Costs 3 food. I'd like to add 3 slingers to this army. Get rid of the Drona scout. Yeah, I need a good food town. 16. Honestly, this would be a good halfling food town right here, with the exception of the war bear keep next to it. So yeah, I'm thinking of setting up a halfling food town. Okay, I'm transmitting over to soul-trapped spearbots to Shrapnel Town, and then I'll grab these guys and see if I can take on the war bears. I don't know if they changed how unrest works, but I'm just going to keep building spearmen in Shrapnel Town in the hope. Okay, for some reason it's just not budging the unrest. They must have changed how unrest works, so I just don't get it anymore, which is fine. It probably means I need to build a shrine in here to reduce the rebellion level, and I will do that. All right, let's buy that shrine, and then we'll work on the slingers. Let's grab all of the strong military units that we want, leaving behind basic defenders. Ooh, I accept your support of gold. Hopefully that will buy me a slinger soon. I'm going to see how the auto-resolver feels about these warbears. Can I take them on or not? So it does think we can take them, but the casualties are a little bit too rough. I'm going to go ahead and purchase slingers. Yeah, it looks like we managed to get unrest down to a more manageable level in here, which I'm happy about. We'll purchase those slingers and start walking them up. But we need at least 3, I feel like we need at least 3 slingers to fill out this army's melee complement. And then after those slingers are done, I want you to get me a settler. Okay, looks like Shrapnel Town has expanded into a real town. The goal of this city is, for now, it's just growth. So we're going to get started with a builder's hall to get a granary. It should grow pretty slowly at first because I am soul forged or whatever, but that shouldn't be an issue long term. All right, first slinger has joined the army. Now I really want to emphasize the fact that these guys attack twice every turn. They do an average of 8 damage, which means enemies have to resist. Like, each of these bears can only resist up to 3 damage. So these halfling slingers are crazy good. It's going to make the fight with the bears so much easier. It's going to make all my fights so much easier, honestly, once I have all 3 of them, which is what the gold is for. Make sure we're buying them on cooldown. We need to get this guy leveled up too, so he generates us more cash. That cash is really making a big difference, by the way, like insanely big. So I want to command this personally because I want to see these slingers in battle, dude. If this guy shoots, skadoosh, nothing. Slingers have a 30% chance to hit at this range. Nothing. Looks like they resisted it. That's fine. Hero, shoot at this range. Nothing. Oh, maybe I have misquaculated how strong my army is. Hopefully not. Are we going to do any damage with a firebolt? Okay, we did a little damage with a firebolt. I'll take that. 1 damage with a firebolt. I'll live with that. Let's do another firebolt. Pump it with mana. Hit him again. Another 1 damage. We take it. Ranged attack? Well, you're going to fall back. Halfling slingers. 40% chance to damage. What? You resisted that? I wish it would show the dice rolls. We did 5 damage and they received 0. Amazing. Bears have got pretty good natural defense, I will say that. Oof. Now that time they took some damage. Yeah, our soul trapped sword bots did 9 damage and they saved 6 of that damage. These guys are god rolls. Step forward a tile. Shoot him. 50% chance. Come on. 2 damage? Oh my god. Shoot. Nothing. Guys, I'm worried. Attack? Shit. You need to block this guy. Let them attack you. Nice, nice, nice. You're holding. 7 damage on our swordsman. Okay, that's good. Why are my slingers so bad here? I don't understand. Okay, finally, 9 damage. I guess when we didn't need to do 9 damage, they were ready to do 9 damage. Is what it is. Sometimes Master Magic is like that, man. Like, give him a little hit. Okay, nice. We got him with a little bit of damage. Ranged attack. They resisted none of it. Spearman. Hit him. Good, 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 good. Hit him again. Perfect. So, the Halfling Slingers did not really shine very much in that battle, but the Soul Trapped Sword Bots did. I will say that. They shined like crazy. They shined on, you shiny diamond. Chiseltown should not be producing housing, although I love the idea of growing the city. We could make the Foresters Guild for the food. I think that's pretty essential, so we'll get started with the sawmill. Costs a bit of gold to maintain, but it is worth it in my opinion. Bro, I do not have that much mana to trade you, Lopan, okay? So you need to calm down. What can we take on now? We have cleared out most of this area. This ancient temple kind of lingers. Let's see if we can take the nature node, honestly. I think that would serve us really well. Can I? Yeah, I can get my final slinger. So that's going to be the slinger. I'm sorry, I don't have mana to trade. I'm not even, dude, I'm making 6 mana per turn. I don't know where you think I'm getting this mana you need. I'm going to detach my scout now. Its service as my ranged, quote-unquote ranged unit is over now. Yeah, I really need a food town. That's why the settler is going to be clutch when I get it. All right, let's do Power Seeker. It's a tech magic spell that lets us... wait, can you meld with nodes? I don't think you can. But it lets us see all of a particular node type. We want to hunt down a particular node. This looks like a very dangerous island. I'm seeing a lot of red. That's a lot of red. Let's quick purchase the halfling settlers and then queue up a, let's see, it doesn't make that much gold income. Be nice if we started to build up the power income, and the temple would keep rebels lower in this city, but I think I'm going to prioritize the farmers market so that we can grow this city slightly better. Okay, so now we can see all the power nodes on the map. Pretty cool. Looks like not many spawned over here in this ocean. Understandable. They're all near me. 3 warbears shouldn't be that hard to deal with anymore. And a single pack of skeletons wandering around we shouldn't have a problem dealing with. It's really dangerous to leave your lands with no army. All right, let's fight these bears. Scary units. Bears are. Now you might be sitting here being like, Potato, these units don't seem that dangerous. Yeah, it's because I've taken a whole bunch of precautions to not, get completely demolished by them. Let's focus fire our slingers onto a single target. There we go, right? We got 2 damage on that one. Give me a little bit more. Nothing on that one. Skadoosh, nothing on that one. These are really bad slinger rolls. I'm gonna be real with you. To be fair, these aren't leveled yet. Once they level up once, they become 50% more powerful. Okay, I need to cycle my whole army around to protect these slingers. Focus fire you. Give me big damage. That was not big damage. Give me big damage. Come on. Kill a bear, please. Kill a bear. Okay, we got 1 bear down, which means I feel safe to attack with the spear, but I don't need to attack with this spear. I can play it safe. Let's drop a firebolt on a bear. Oh, you can't use spells at a magic node. I forgot these are souped up giga node bears. Oh no. No wonder they're so hard. Kill me a bear. Come on. There we go. There we go. 1 bear down. Okay, get me another bear kill. Want to kill this bear. All right, good. I'm loving how tough my units are because they have that +4 armor. All bears are now down to a single unit. Can we get some focus here? Oh, yeah. Boom. We're rolling like gods. Ow. Ow. Live. Need you to live. All right, slingers, do your thing. There you go. High rolls. Big 4 damage right there. Nothing. Give me some damage. Even a little bit of damage I'll take. Basically how combat works in this game is you concentrate firepower onto a single target and you hope that they don't concentrate their firepower onto a single one of your targets, and that's kind of how you win battles. Our first slinger has leveled up, and I don't know how to explain that this unit is now 50% stronger because it attacks an extra time, and it will only get stronger as time goes on. Also, our soul trapped sword is almost elite, which I think is the final level, and I believe units with the elite level get an extra attack, 10% chance to hit, and +1 health, which in the case of my basic units that I'm running around here with doubles their health. Anyway, a lot of the critics that I have for this game are kind of like, well, they are... So wait, what does the drone and scout do? Poor durability. Okay, we're gonna cast a magic spirit. Yeah, for like all the things, I said some negative things about the game, but honestly, all of the things that I find that are negative about the game are also kind of things I like about it, which is kind of a weird place to be when you're trying to, well, even consider recommending a game for another person, or like trying to explain it to another person, or whatever, because it's like, if you want something that plays like a really old game but all of the downsides that has, but has like a lot of modern charm and a lot of fun to it, then this is the thing you're looking for. If you want to play Master of Magic but like good, like improved in many ways, and perhaps maybe deproved in some other ways, worsened, let's go kill these skeletons. Now skeletons do have missile immunity, but these guys do have magical enchanted weapons, so that shouldn't be a problem. Do like the number of islands that we could potentially settle here. Also, I like seeing Tower of Sorcery Wizardry. The city has no rebels. What happens if I take these guys and I send them off to do this? Now it has a rebel. Okay, so the garrison is actually doing something. We'll get another one of those spearmen. We'll buy the marketplace too. Good farming city here in the water. Farming cities are not farming, they're food cities, really. So we're going to meld with this node. Now, the nice thing about melding with a node is now we have more power. And power is kind of a mechanic I haven't really talked about at all in the game. But basically, this is your magical economy. And you can send it to mana, which can be turned into gold or into spells or into magical unit upkeep or enchantments. You can use it to research spells, or you can use it to improve your casting skill, which allows you to spend more mana and cast more spells in battle. I'm going to go ahead and start splitting between the creation of mana and the acquisition of research. I think it is time we started doing a little bit of research. You may now siphon more mana from nature nodes, but sorcery and chaos produce less. I can just accept that, I don't mind. We are going to need a garrison for that, is the thing. Pop growth is slow in here, we need money to shunt it along. All right, research. This would be good to add to my hero, actually. For 1 mana cost per turn, he gets a bunch of resistant bonuses against magic, which could be useful just to keep my hero alive if I ever have to fight someone else. I probably don't need to cast it on him now, but it's something we should definitely look into. We'll build a farmer market in here after we finish the halfling spearman to get the food up. You're heading up this way. No rebels. Oh, okay, here it is. Rebels can be reduced by constructing religious buildings, or, here we go. 2 non-fantastic units reduce 1 rebel. Let's start increasing tax. We're going to need 2 more halfling spearmen in here to suppress these rebels. And then in the capital, we will need some more, whatever these guys are, the soul trapped spearbots. I'll get myself 3 more. That should give us the full unrest production of -4, and then we'll get a shrine. So yeah, we're just suppressing unrest, improving our economy slowly but surely. And then in Shrapnel Town, we are going to get ourselves that granary nice and slowly. Nice, there's resist magic unlocked. And let's have a look at what we can research next. Oh, I like magic bullet. That sounds interesting. So it adds +2 ammunition to a non-fantastic unit with a normal ranged attack and makes the attack ignore weapon immunity. The bonus can increase the natural max ammunition for the unit. Ooh, +3 for constructs. Now that's a fun idea. So it gives them more attacks, because your units have actually ammunition in this game. If I go over these halflings, you can see they have ammunition of 6. So this would give them a lot more attacks, which would allow them to ignore weapon immunity. So I think skeletons are immune to missile attacks, but I don't know if my attacks count as magical. It'll depend on the auto-resolver. I will command this personally though, because I am a little bit worried about how the battle will turn out if I don't. Let's restructure the front line. And then let's have our slingers attack these guys and see if we do literally any damage. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. I mean, we can still win in melee because they're not that strong and our units are pretty highly leveled. All right, fireball is still effective. We did 11 damage and they received none. Okay. So I think it's because our attacks are mundane. That's fine. We can get into position with melee. So they're in position and we are in position. Let's attack with my hero in melee. Nice. Good job. Good damage. And then we'll take them on with our spears. Step you left. Step you left. Step you left. Step you left. Step you left, attack, attack. All right, we cleared them. Let them come up and attack us on the easy counter attack. Perfect. So skeletons, good against ranged units. You'll love to see it though. Hoping he's almost leveled up. Also, I'm super excited for this guy to become elite next turn. Units gain 1 experience per turn. And once this guy becomes elite, you will see like a unit just genuinely reach the pinnacle of what is capable. What is going on here? You've got werewolves? Ugh. Werewolves and lizardmen. The worst nightmare combination. I'm thinking we might be able to take on the Djinn if it doesn't have some way to stop magical attacks. He can cast spells. I think maybe the Djinn is a little bit scary. What spells has he got? Do I really want to fight unicorns? I guess I'll try my hand at the Djinn. All right, let's buy the granary in Shrapnel Town to boost it along. Probably don't need to buy the spearman, but we may as well because it like shaves a turn off, right? We get things done slightly faster. Shrapnel Town has the audacity we need the smithy to get the market so that we can get the farmer's market. Do we want to go straight for the Foresters Guild? No, I think we go smithy into market, get the farmer's market. I don't actually think, there is a single forest here, so we can't get the Foresters Guild, which is nice. Looking forward to the farmer's market in here. In fact, may purchase it to free up food. All right, let's go. You know, I'm gonna send my familiar. I lost a soul trapped sword bot. That's fine. You know what? I'll take that. Soul Trapped Sword Bot is dead. We got look at that money, look at that mana. We got fame. That's going to increase the number of heroes that want to join my army. I couldn't take the devastation of losing my units in a battle I was commanding. So I had to let it play out that way. It would have broken my heart, like genuinely. Oh, here we go. He's elite now. Look at that. +2 attack, +1 armor, plus 3 resistance, plus 1 hit points. That literally doubles his health. Just to be clear, goes from having 1 times 6 health to 2 times 6 health. This unit is so much stronger than it started. It's crazy, actually. We did get a halfling swordsman that we could bring into the army to replace our losses. I suppose we'll do it. All right, I'll buy the smithy in Shrapnel Town. We want to get to that growth building. Faster we grow, the better. We got the farmer's market in Sacred Vale. We do still have a rebel. I think it's worth it now to get 2 more halfling spearmen to make that not an issue for us. And what I will do is pop in here and actually buy them, because that way we get the overflow. You know, we can finish this turn's production and overflow into something else. Ooh, I do love the idea of a couple of island cities generating food for me. Food and a little bit of money, really. Something else I need to make in Chiseltown after the shrine is a soul-trapped engineer. Need to start building roads. Roads upon roads upon roads. There's a great city right here, I think. I'm going to look to settle that. That would be an 18 pop, 24% production bonus. Here's a really big city that could grow really effectively. That might be a great automata city. Could be a great halfling city. They would grow in here so quickly. This could be an amazing food city, actually. We are light on food. Let's make our life a little easier. Okay, unrest is being heavily quelled thanks to the automata. Waiting on another spearman here to quell the unrest. So we fully quelled the unrest in Sacred Vale at the cost of a bunch of spearmen, which is fine. It's kind of what we want to do. What do we want to build in here? I think it'd be good to grab a library. We have basically, we have a very weak line of research, and so just improving that a smidge would be nice. Shrapnel Town will get working on the marketplace, which is excellent. Let's buy the shrine. Spending a lot of money to build my economy, but I think that's the right move. He's going to try to bind with that node because it's an act of war. Make me fucking cast another magic. I'm also going to start inserting a couple of points of magic into my casting skill with a view of slowly increasing it. Did I mention Lizardmen could just walk over the water and my primary enemy is Lizardmen? So we got Magic Bullet. That's a cool spell. Don't you dare. Okay, I think he failed to bond. No, he is just sitting on it now. Okay, we're building roads. So annoying. I forgot to put a unit on it. So of course he swoops in, real annoying like. Hero training, what is this? Heroes gain a greater understanding, instantly become trained. Every hero in the service of the wizard becomes a captain. Okay, I'm interested. What are you right now? You are a captain. Okay, that's not bad. That's pretty good. Okay, I got a spirit. He melded with the node. Now I meld with the node. I take it back, he takes it back, blah, blah, blah. We go back and forth. I'm kind of tempted to see if I can take on this. It's the Phantom Warriors I'm a little bit worried about with the sorcery node unit bonus. Because normally these guys can't resist any damage. These guys ignore armor. So we would need to cut down these Phantom Warriors before they got to us. And then we've got to deal with the Nagas, who do insane damage. You know what? I don't think we can engage this yet. I think maybe we've got to take on the Unicorn node, make our way over there. Kind of want to yeet. It just seems like a fun unit. Because it can summon the Mag Bomb, Catapult Hand, I love it. It is time that we started thinking about up-teching our units. Soul Trapped Swords bots might be a good temporary move. Let's grab that Forester's Guild. We could use the food, we could use the production. It'll be nice. Honeydale has experienced a nice chunk of growth. Right, we'll remeld with the node. That should do the trick. It's time to also start connecting up our towns. I probably want to get like 3 engineers into one team in an ideal case. We are making really good money though. That's something I'm quite happy about. I want to save up to get this Forester's Guild instead. Also, I just love how like lighthearted the music is when like the theme of the game is so brutal and horrifying and like the gameplay is just grim. I have been left alone. I will say that. The AI has not dealt with me and I was expecting more violence, which is why I built an army so early. But I've been kind of getting away with developing. I'm gonna do something a little even cockier. I might just go for another settler here. Let the greed overwhelm me. Okay, what are our choices here? I think we lose 4 gold per turn because food is way easier for me to deal with, or gold is way easier for me to deal with than food right now. You are building roads. Yeah, so if I had 3 engineers, I could 1-turn roads. I think if I wait a turn, this will get cheaper. It's really expensive right now. I'll wait a turn on that one. See how it works. We could test our theory, right? This should go down to 2 gold per thing rather than 3. Once it's 25% finished at least. Oh, there's some ghouls there. Not good. Let's get our hero into the town to protect it. Okay, it didn't quite go down. All right, let's use our army to join up here, take on these zombies. This should be just Ascend Familiar. Boom. Grab that little tiny bit of XP. All right, some of our units are starting to become elite, which makes me feel very good about my army's capabilities. Roads on mountains take 5 turns, so you need 5 engineers to build through these effectively, so probably not the right move. Do I think I can get away with another settler here? I might be able to sneak in another military city over here, so sure, let's do it. Do a little expansion. If we think we can get away with it, but we should totally do it. All right, so what do we got here? Place may be guarded. We are pretty strong now. I want to command this personally and see how this teleporting unicorn battle goes, because they are terrifying. Yep, there goes teleport. Oh, did I mention they can usually attack after they teleport? Oh yeah, that's half the fun. Ranged attack here. Okay, slingers are devastating. Amazing. Come forward, shoot him. I need you to do a little bit of damage. What do we got here? Dispel magic, shatter. What's shatter do? Reduce 2-1. Let's hope we can shatter this unicorn. Looks like he resisted it, which is fine. We need to get this guy out. Move you in, move you back, take your shot, get that damage in. Need you to soften him up. Need you to soften him up. Okay, we got the unicorn down to the level where he shouldn't be able to one-shot me anymore. Perfect. So you could see why an early game army, you know, you could lose a slinger real easy to those unicorns. And if there was another unicorn, it gets real scary. Let's let the slingers do their work. The slingers are the DPS. The rest of my units are kind of along for the ride. All right, slingers, fire your weapons. He is dealt with. Let's fire a firebolt. Excuse me, I wanted to fire a firebolt. Slingers, deal damage. So they rolled 6 damage there, which was a base of 11. Really nice. Boom. Enemy obliterated, fame increased. We got gold. Oh, we got the Gauntlet of Speed. Very nice. A whole bunch of experience for our units. They are leveling up nice and quick. It's exactly what we like to see. These slingers are now level 2. Well, level 3 technically. Soon they will be veteran. 120 XP is all we need. Halfway to veteran. And once they're veterans, oh, c'est magnifique. I have noticed that the game got a little bit laggy and a little bit weird the longer I've played. It's not too bad. It's just kind of, it's noticeable is what I'll say. It's just something I've picked up as I continue to play. But like, look, here's the thing. It's not a bad game, and I want to like it. I want to like this game, but the graphics are bad. Objectively, like, these are okay graphics. Maybe 10 years ago you could have gotten away with this, but I think their 2D art is so good. Like, even their textures aren't bad. It's just like they're not high enough resolution. Like, look at the unit art, dude. I love this. This is amazing. Look, your 3D artist isn't bad. I don't think that's fair, but you don't have the resources you need. This soul-trapped engineer is pretty faithfully rendered, as is this hero. Like, it's a pretty faithful render. It's just like the graphics, like, look at this. Okay, look at this city view versus this. Tell me which you would prefer to be default. This city view or something that looked more like this. This is gorgeous. This is fucking gorgeous. Okay, this is ass graphically. Beautiful, ugly. Beautiful, ugly. Just want to be clear here. I do think it would be good to put a soul-trapped city here because they are fueled by minerals. They get +5 population growth for every mineral in range of the city, so it is good to do. And then maybe settle the halfling cities over here instead. Okay, so we've cleared out all monster dens up here to the north, which means any danger that's going to come from my civilization will come from the south, particularly from this sort of an area. And that really does mean we're getting to like an interesting place, which is kind of rare in this game that you get to somewhere interesting. Okay, soul-trapped settlers are on the way. Shrapnel Town is building a marketplace. Let's finish that marketplace so we can get the farmer's market. What are you building? You're building settlers too. You're building the builder's hall. Let's finish that. Let's queue up something else. Ideally the smithy. Also, I just really wish there was an auto explore button too. Or at the very least I could queue up exploration actions. Like, even if I clicked really far away down this way, he's going to ask me for orders every turn. Even though I gave him orders, you know? I don't actually want a sawmill in here. What I want is a farmer's market, so I'll shunt production over there and I'll go ahead and buy that farmer's market. Also, we can go to full production. But our economy is starting to develop in a very, very nice way. We've got granaries coming online. And this is a game where your construction actually benefits a lot from micromanagement, which is something I find satisfying. It can get tedious once you have a big empire, but it's really satisfying if you don't. You have like a little empire and you're like microing which things are getting built where. I don't think I have any more. Oh, the amplifier. Ooh, a tech magic building. Requires a power node. Okay. Very cool. I think we start building up our religious line of buildings because they give power, which is flexible mana, and rebellion reduction. Although we could make use of the library. It's a cheap building. Oh god, there's a Wraiths? Demon Lord? Oh, sweet unholy. Okay, we'll think about that one. All right, I'm quite happy with this, how this has turned out. This nice road. I'm going to start building another road to Honeydale. So this will allow us to move units around the map a little bit easier. But yeah, everything in this game revolves around growing your population. So I'm going to take these little spear dudes. I'm going to send them out over here. Just settle that new city. And we'll probably queue up a couple more soul-tapped soul-trapped spear bots. Let's queue up 2 more halfling spears, because we're going to replace the existing ones via settlement. All right, let's have a look. I think this is a 28 pop city right here, so that's where we're going to go. The higher the population capacity of a city, the faster it grows, because it's kind of a logistic thing. A max pop 30 city will grow faster. You can see the green tiles are like, these are good, and then like the non-green tiles are like, these are not so good. So we're going to settle a delicious little city right here. Graindale has been plonked down. It's got a halfling swordsman. Excellent. Cities are generally a drain on your economy for the first little while after you build them. It does take a while for a city to kind of come online. So do keep that in mind. They aren't instantly profitable. Ooh, there is a neutral city over here. The Clackons. Okay, Clackons suck. There's a concept of like who your governor is, who your governing race is. Right now my governing race is the Soul Trapped. Nobody likes the Clackons. Like, halflings kind of get along with most people. And yeah, it's hard to explain, but basically certain races and factions do not vibe like at all with each other. And that's something you go, oh, my hero leveled up. Nice, he's now a commander. Okay, +3 melee, +3 range, +2 armor. He's really well-rounded. Like, I like this guy. Super well-rounded unit, and he can level up again. He's become nearly twice as strong as he was when we first got him. We haven't even like started crafting him equipment or anything, although we do have the Gauntlet of Speed. May as well put that on him. I can dismantle it for mana, but that's not important. Can I go ahead and make? How do I make an item again? I forget how to do this. No, we'll see how it works. We'll figure it out. I definitely want these granaries up, and the sawmill would be nice to finish now. It's taken me 2 hours to get to the point where my economy is now starting. I wouldn't call it overwhelming, but it's starting to really kick into gear and start to become something you can do, you know, like a real war with. Yeah, we're gonna have to invade this guy. It looks like he's killing green. A bit of a problem. Okay, Chiseltown, building those soul trap spears for me. Excellent. All right, we're working on the smithy. That'll get us a market. Our gold income is looking good. We've got a good bit of upkeep. I'm going to research some cheap stuff to get it out of the way. And I'm going to do a little diplomacy here. I have no spells they want. Never mind. Well, you're fine. You're on your own. Good luck. This should be a very, very easy fight. Wait a minute. Gorgons. Stoning Gaze. Makes all enemy figures in the unit resist for every attacker or be turned to stone and die. Holy shit. This one Gorgon has a chance to completely obliterate my entire military. This might be hard. You know what? Let's fight him. Give me the big damage. All right. What do we roll? We rolled 9. We did 3. We rolled 6. We did 0. Come on. We rolled 5. We did 1. Oof. Give me a shot here. We need to cast like a weakening spell. Shatter. Come on. Give me the shatter. He resisted. Well, let's see what we can do. Oh. That's bad damage. All right, come on. Give me big damage. 2. Big damage. Nothing. I'm not joking when I say this one unit has the chance to obliterate my entire army. Oh, sprites. Come on. I need big rolls. Get the kill. Hold the line. Don't let them get your slingers. They're important. Okay. We're living. Big damage. Approach. Step. Attack. He's weakening. Hit those sprites. Maybe I should have attacked them a little bit sooner. Hold on. Wow, we really did no damage to them? Yeah, I did too, but they resisted 2 of the damage. What spell can I cast here? It's going to be a firebolt. That's all I can do. A 7 damage firebolt. Let's go. 1 damage. Oh, he just wiped out 2 of my most elite units in a single turn. Oh, the dice rolls are bad, lads. Okay, we're barely alive. Come on. He only has how much health left? 7 health we need to do. Come on, lads. You're out of ammo. You're out of ammo. You're not out of ammo. Oh, it's grim. Oh, he attacked my hero. Hero still has ammo. Thankfully, there's no like zone of control attack. Come on, give me at least 1 damage there. Nothing. Hero can survive 1 more attack. Surely. No, Abdul. Fuck, he was carrying my whole economy. Okay. That's Master of Magic, where a single unit can destroy an entire empire's army that has been built up over the course of 100 turns. And then the game is like, oh, was that not enough? Continue exploring. Get your money. I love you all very much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.